Good morning. My name is Diana, and I am a 14th year teacher in the state of Illinois, and welcome to my channel. So, hopefully your guys' weekend was great. Mine was good. Busy, but good. Not long enough though. But overall it was a good weekend. My son had a game on Saturday. His team won. He did not perform the best, but his team won, so I'm happy about that. He's adjusting. He's so adjusting. But so we went to his game, and then afterwards one of my boyfriend's friend's son was having a birthday party at the trampoline park, and so we went to the trampoline park for a few hours, and then I came home. I took my kids to the library for about an hour or so just to get some new books and just kind of hang out. I want to instill in their blood to love the library like I do. So but they do love it, and it's, I want it to be something that they enjoy doing. I remember when I was a kid, I used to love going to the library down the street from us. I'd walk there all the time, and so I don't know, I just loved our library, and I want them to love theirs too. I think their library is bigger than ours, or the one that I used to go to in the city. There's tons in the city, but the one that I had neighborhood was one of the bigger ones, and it was awesome. So yeah, anyway. And then yesterday my cousin's daughter was having a birthday party, and so they went to a farm. They got to pet a bunch of different animals, and then she just had like a gathering at her house. So needless to say, it was a fun-filled weekend, but very packed. Welcome to mom life, right? So anyway, so this week we are finishing up the scholarship jacket, which is the text that we're reading in our curriculum. I think today we are writing the 5th question in there, where it's like the claim evidence response, or claim reasoning evidence, or claim evidence reasoning. There you go. So we're doing that, and then for math we're going to learn how to divide fractions. So I think today we're doing lessons 1 and 2, which are just basically the reciprocal piece of it, where they're just taking the reciprocal and they're just flipping it, so they can learn to flip it, and then they can do the multiplication. So we're going to be doing those 2 elements today. We also have an evacuation drill today, which is crazy, but I think it's because since our school is so open concept, and like in a regular school, if there was an active shooter or there was a threat to our school, we wouldn't be able to lock ourselves in the classroom. We would just have to go, because it's open, so they could just come in and they can hit every space pretty much, because there's no cutoff or whatever. So yeah, that's what I'm not supposed to be going this way. Why did I go this way? Shoot. Oh well. Yeah, so that is what. There's just so much traffic over here every morning. I don't know why. And it's forcing me to take another way. Well, not forcing me, but I'm taking another way, which I normally don't do. But yeah, so we have that this morning, and then we're supposed to be learning about trout in science, and then I think that's it, and then we're moving on to a different section in social studies. Yeah. So, anywho, that's pretty much our day today. Oh, and we get out early today. We have an early day. We get out at 2 o'clock. And so, but the kids get out at 2 o'clock. We actually stay till about 3:45 to do like meetings and stuff. They have them every Monday. So, which isn't bad. I mean, I don't mind it too much. I mean, yeah, so, but, yeah, it was just interesting to me that, so over the weekend, one of my favorite influencers that I follow on YouTube and on Instagram and whatnot, it was so sad because she was doing her, like, outfits of the week, you know, and bless these teachers that do outfits of the week and they show, like, their outfits because they're all cute and stuff, and I'm nowhere near there. I just, like I said, I just kind of put whatever. I'm wearing orange today because, it's supposed to be like Orange Monday. It's kind of like, you know, from the Happiness Advantage book. And so we wear it on Monday. But anyway, yeah, so she was on there and I felt so bad because she was, you know, showing her outfits of the week. And then on Friday, she's like, you could tell she's crying. And then, you know, she reveals that, you know, that she's getting involuntarily moved to a different school. And what's crazy is that, like, she has so much in her classroom. Like, she does, like, her YouTube setup videos. And, like, I follow her. And she had, like, so much work that she put into, like, setting up her classroom for the year. And I think she's only been in school maybe a couple weeks, give or take. Because I think they started, like, in the ending of August. So they've only been, like, maybe 2-3 weeks tops. And, yeah, she's getting transferred, and so I just felt so bad for her, you know, and then it just made me realize that, you know, I don't know, I'm just, like, lucky that I haven't had that happen to me, but, you know, just, I don't know, it kind of makes me, you know, fortunate about certain things that I'm a part of, so, yeah, sorry, that was just my little story this morning. But anyway, so yeah, we're headed to school. Hopefully we should be there in about 12 minutes. And then, yeah, I'll check in with you guys later. Book bag, sunglasses, lunch bag, teacher's edition, coffee mug. This look tells you that I am out the door. See you in the car. So I am in the car, ready, well, been ready to go, but I'm actually on my way home right now. Should be home in about 20 minutes or so. So yeah, we ended up staying a little later so we could we had our meeting. So we had like our tier meeting. So we just filled out some paperwork that we needed for some of the kids that we needed to kind of tier. And so we did that for about an hour and 45 minutes, or about an hour, give or take, to be honest. Well, yeah, because I think we started at like about an hour 30. And so now I'm just on my way home. My boyfriend has a haircut in the city. And so I'm just trying to make it home in time so he can actually leave and find his way. Oh, look how cute. So one of my kiddos made me this bracelet, and she gave it to me today, and I thought it was super cute. It has like a little like star charm. You can see it. I don't know if you can see it. And then there's another one that just says love on the back right here. And so it was super cute. So like in the middle of instruction, you know, she hands it to me and she's like, I made this for you. And I'm like, oh, thanks. And I just put it on. And then just kept doing what I was doing. So, but I just thought it was so cute that she took the time to make it for me. So sweet. But yeah. So yeah, I'm going to go home. Maybe I will, I don't know. I'm seeing about maybe I should take my kids to the park. It's like 90 degrees outside, which is crazy. At least that's what it says in my car. So, I don't know, maybe we'll see if they want to go out and go to an adventure to the park. If not, I will message. I don't know what I'm saying. Like, I am all over the place right now. My brain is fried. I will check in with you guys, if not later, tomorrow. Get it together, girl. Get it together. There you go. Run, Georgie. Go. Get there. Yeah. Good morning and happy Wednesday. So today, sorry about yesterday. I didn't get a chance to vlog. There was just so much going on personally in my family, and so I didn't get a chance to pick up the camera at all day. But my son did have a game yesterday, and he did really well. I'll insert the video here where he got a hit yesterday. This is like his second hit of the season. And any moms that have their kids in t-ball and coach pitch and baseball know like the transition is so hard, and so I was very proud that he got a hit. And then he also did 2 really nice plays on the field. One, he got a boy out at first, and then he stopped the ball from going into the outfield that prevented runs from scoring. We ended up winning 2-0, so that was fun. And then right now, I just am letting my doggies out. They're behind me somewhere. Where are they at? There they are. They're waiting to get back inside. So I let them out. And then crazy, as I came out here, I don't think it's going to do it justice on the camera, but like there's a huge like spider web right here. And it just looks, I've never seen it where it actually looks like an actual spider web. I've usually only seen, here, let's see if you can kind of see it. Hold on, I'm going to check. So you can kind of see this spider web. We were laughing because we said that, you know, we have spider webs on our bush here that are for free, and we don't have to like pay to like buy them to put them on, you know, for Halloween. But yeah, I don't know if you can see this. So I know you can kind of see like the little remnants here, but like this whole thing, let's see if I can turn it this way. Let me move my thing out of the way. There we go. So yeah, I don't even know if you can kind of see it. It's really hard to see, but it's like an intact, like actual spider web. And I think that's so cool. But yeah, like look at our bush. It's so crazy. It's like spider webs for free. Anyway, so yeah, it is 7:15. I'm getting ready to head out. I've already packed my lunch, packed everything that I needed, and my dog's just sitting there. I repacked everything that I needed. I'm gonna head out. I'll get you guys in the car, okay? All right, so we are in the car on our way to work. I am just heading there, drinking some of my Magic Mind this morning. Didn't drink it before I left, but that's okay because it's so small. I can take it with me and then drink it on the go. Hopefully you guys had a chance to try it. It's really good. It's been really good for my mental stability. And like I said, it gives me all of those necessary things that I need. It has those really good top-notch ingredients. And so it's been really good, like I said, for my mental health, just giving me more clarity, more focus, reducing my anxiety and stress, especially after yesterday. So yesterday was just very, very stressful with just the constant go. Yeah, so like from the morning I had, you know, I was on my way. I actually was in an Uber because, you know, on Tuesdays and Wednesday, my boyfriend joins me in going to work in the morning. But yesterday he was like, I'm just tired. I don't want to go right now. So you go ahead in an Uber. I'll pay for it. So I was in an Uber and my mother-in-law called me and just kind of gave me some bad news. And so, about like their family. And so I had to kind of go to work with that on my mind. But like I said, thankfully, you know, with this, it didn't give me as much anxiety as I would have probably normally would have had I not had some of this, had I not been, you know, really setting my mind with this Magic Mind. So, but yeah. And so just, yeah, just like I said, just a busy, crazy day. But yesterday we went over, so yesterday we did division of fractions with a whole number. So that was, you know, decent. And then we finished up our story Throne in ELA. We had to do like a unit assessment type thing, where they were reading a story, and then they were answering about 10 questions, multiple choice, and then they were doing a short answer response for like question number 11. And so so they did that. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, so hopefully get a chance to look at that today. And then for science, we're working on like food webs and food chains. And then yeah, so I think today we're going to continue working on those food webs and food chains for science. ELA, we're starting a new story in our unit called The Medicine Bag. And then we are going to, for math, we are actually going to divide mixed numbers. So, I mean, the kids have been okay with, you know, getting everything situated as far as like the steps are concerned. There are a couple that struggle, but it's just what they're struggling with is like a specific step. So it's like I've broken it down for them in about like 4 steps for like multiplying fractions. And so each step, like it gives you, you know, gets you kind of one step closer. So obviously the first step in division, we have to, you know, keep it, change it, flip it. That's kind of the method we're using. You know, keep it, change it, flip it, keep it, change it, flip it. So they kind of understand that concept of like keeping the first fraction, changing the type of math, and then flipping the fraction, the following fraction. And then once they do that, they have to obviously 9 out of 10 times it's gonna, you know, end up being an improper fraction. And so they normally you know, so then the next step is having to go from an improper fraction to a mixed number, or, you know, or simplifying depending on what the ask is. So then they have to do a mixed number, and so they have to do the dividing step, which is just like dividing the fraction, the one fraction, then reverting it into a mixed number. So there's like 4 steps. Well, in this case, there's 5 steps. In multiplying, there's only 4, but in this case, there's 5. So it's like, you know, most of my kids, you know how to do the keep it, change it, flip it. They know how to do the multiplication, so their computation isn't bad. But then once they get to that number, I think most of them have an idea of how to do the improper fraction to a mixed number. Only like a couple of people are struggling with it. So like yesterday, one of my boys, you know, we had a conversation. He's a big football guy, like a big sports kid. And so we had a conversation, and I was trying to like use it as an analogy, like, hey, when you go to practice and you practice football, like you do X amount of drills, and you know, the ones that you're struggling with the most are probably the ones that the coach is going to like have you focus on. So I was trying to explain to him, like, with each step, you know, whichever step you're struggling with is the one that we're going to focus on. So he said that he was struggling with the improper fraction piece of turning it into a mixed number. So for homework, I had just given him that to do, as opposed to just giving him like the basic homework of everybody else of doing like the, you know, fraction by a whole number. So so we'll see how that goes for him today. But yeah, and then in our, like I said, ELA unit, we're getting introduced to a new story. So, and then we're using our claim evidence reasoning. So we're gonna, you know, kind of talk a little bit more about that, because, you know, the kids have kind of been struggling with it, you know, with answering the prompt correctly. So that's one of the things that I've noticed about like a lot of kids in the past couple of years, where it's like they get a question or they get a prompt, and then as they, you know, start writing it, they don't realize that they're not answering each part of the prompt. So if thing is asking you 2 or 3 questions that they want you to respond to, you know, like, why did this character do this? What made, like, what happened because of that? And, you know, now how does the character see that? So there's 3 things in that question that they have to answer. And so the problem that they're having is, you know, they'll answer one or maybe even 2, but they won't answer all 3. And then if they decide to kind of answer all 3, the last thing that they usually ask is support your claim with evidence. And then they want you to use evidence from the text, obviously. And so a lot of them won't, either support their evidence, or if they do support their evidence, or they do support their claim, they won't provide textual evidence, which I'm telling them, like, they're in 6th grade now, when they get to 7th, 8th in high school, that's pretty much what their reading is going to consist of. It's no longer, just reading, learning how to read per se, but it's like learning how to in-depth and analyze and read. And so that's kind of the struggle that we're having. So we'll probably review claim evidence reasoning, and then hopefully we will we'll get that situated. But that's about it. And then we'll have to do social studies. We're still working on the hunting and gathering section of it. And yeah, that's just my day. So it's Wednesday, so happy hump day. Oh, I forgot to put my Harry Potter earrings on. I put my Harry Potter shirt and I didn't put my earrings on. And I thought about it and I forgot. So, all right. So this was a long explanation because I look and it's already almost like 9 minutes. But I'm going to head to school. Hopefully I'll check in with you guys later. Maybe give you guys a little glimpse of what we're doing for our groups. And then, yeah. So hope you're having a great Wednesday. Morning and happy Thursday. So sorry, I don't know if I I don't know if I closed out the vlog yesterday when I left school, and so yeah, don't mind this is my sister's car. She's been staying with me, she's going to be staying with me this weekend to take my kids to school because my boyfriend, he's out of town, he's in LA. So if this angle is like crooked, it's because her thing keeps turning. So sorry, and please forgive me for that. But I just wanted to come on here and just say good morning, and just kind of let you know what our day is going to look like. So we are, so we started doing the medicine bag yesterday for our 6th grade ELA curriculum. And that's been, you know what, there we go. Now you can see me a little bit better, and there's no steering wheel in the way. Yeah, so we did the medicine bag. We started doing that. We did the whole group read. We did the independent piece. And I think we did the partner read yesterday. And then today we're going to continue doing the whole group read. And then we're going to do independent practice again. And then close it out. And then hopefully get those answers together. So we can, because we're going to like answer that question with the claim evidence reasoning. And so I kind of want to give them a nice little lesson on that. So yeah, so hopefully that should be good. And then today we're supposed to be multiplying mixed numbers with order of operations. So that's going to be interesting because my kids, I mean, they're doing pretty good. Like, I can honestly say that for the most part with the other ones, they're knowing how to do the operations. It's just, or the steps. So like now we're going to get into more in-depth steps because now it's like, well, you got to do all of this before you can even do like the operation. Like for example, I think the one that we're doing now is, which one are we doing now? We are doing, shoot, I can't think. We are doing, so there's a problem in there that has like you have a mixed number and then you're dividing it by another mixed number, but then you're subtracting that by a fraction. And so it's a little tricky because you're having to do all of the steps that you would do for dividing your multiplication problem and then like converting them into improper fractions. And then you are, after you do all that and then you simplify them, then you can go ahead and do the rest piece. So it's like You have to do everything that you've been doing for this one problem to then finally subtract it by whatever, add it by whatever, and then solve it. So it is a lot of steps. It is very difficult for them, but at least I think it's going to be pretty difficult. So I made this graphic organizer that has, like, I think I have it written where I'm like, this is step 1, this is step 2, this is step 3, step 4. So hopefully that will visually help them see what they're going to be doing. So I am hopefully thinking that this will kind of give them some help with the steps. I'm sure we're probably going to end up having to do this for a couple of days, but we shall see. But yeah, so I'm just headed to school, and I should hopefully be there in like the next 20 minutes. And then, yeah, so hopefully I'll check in with you guys later. Fingers crossed that I don't forget. Hope you're having a fabulous Thursday. Greetings and salutations from the car. It is 3:42 and I am headed out the door. I'm headed towards home. Well, not quite. I have to take my sister's car to get an oil change. That was my task to do because, well, she was parked behind me and I didn't have gas in my car. So rather than have to stop and put gas in my car, I was like, I'll take your car to go get an oil change. The perks. Anyway, so it saves me a day with having to put gas in my car. I'll probably do that tomorrow. Or later on tonight, I don't know, whatever I'm feeling. But anyway, so today was actually a pretty decent day. My kids, we did our science. We kind of finished up those food webs and talked a little bit about that. And then I think tomorrow we're going to end closing that out with looking at, so I think I'm going to have them do an activity tomorrow where they so they can kind of see, because I guess the goal is, from what I was reading, the goal is for them to be able to understand that if an invasive species comes into the environment, how it can mess up the food web and whatnot. But we also need to clarify and have them understand that what happens if somebody that's in that food web ends up getting taken out, and then how does that affect it. So I think some of them might have that idea, but not sure if they all do. So we're gonna kind of do like a quick web activity tomorrow where I have them start off with 4 people, and then I'm gonna have people build on them and then say, okay, hey, what if I maybe have them hold hands. We do have string, which would be a nice activity to do. Well, they did originally wanted us to do the string activity, but it was really hard because it was just like getting tangled and it was just a whole big mess. So I figured maybe visually I could have them stand there and then maybe like have them kind of like hold hands, or kind of like just do something to keep them connected, and then take one out and then say, okay, well, now that we take that out, how is this person going to be able to be connected to that person, and vice versa. So we'll see how that goes, because 6th graders, boys and girls, are all icky and go hold somebody's hand, things like that. So I don't know, maybe we'll point at each other or something, I don't know. But for math, we have our quiz tomorrow, so we kind of talked a little bit about just adding and subtracting fractions with unlike denominators, because it's kind of like a review piece. And so tomorrow we're going to do our quiz on multiplying and dividing fractions, and we're only going to do one question on adding and subtracting, not adding and subtracting, the order of operations fractions. Then, gosh, my nose is like so itchy. Excuse me. Then we're going to do dividing decimals, but I think I don't know if I'm going to introduce that tomorrow or if I want to just wait till Monday. I'm going to see what my co-teacher, my counterpart, wants to do, only because I feel like after today's quiz we'll be on the same page, which is fabulous, for both actually, for ELA and so we did our writing piece for my trip too. And it's amazing how these kids nowadays, because they're so used to typing everything up on the computer, that like when you have them writing like a long extended piece of something, they're just like in shock. So like I was explaining to them, like we're doing this writing process where it's like we're writing out, like we're using this graphic organizer to write our ideas for our trip, like our details, our explanation, and then we're going to take all of this and throw it on a sheet of paper. And they're just like looking at me like if I just told them that they're failing class. Like, what? And it's just so funny to me, because I'm like, you guys are so spoiled with these technological devices of typing things up when they need to be writing these things out. And reason being, like my principal was saying today, where it's like AI is becoming a big component of having to go back to writing, because a lot of kids are just using AI to write these papers, and you know, they're basically plagiarizing without the plagiarism, because it's like they're basically writing their papers for them, and these kids are not going to have any sense of argument or any sense of writing these things up themselves and coming up with these things themselves, and we're just going to have like a nation of robots. So I just need to make sure that they're writing these out on their own, and that they're like putting their ideas to paper, because then also that ties in with spelling, that ties in with grammar, because now with our Word documents, they check your grammatical errors, they check your spelling, and it's like kids are not going to have to remember how to write something or spell something because they're so used to typing it up. So that's my little soapbox. But anywho, so that's just pretty much what our day consisted of. So it'll be a little bit more of that tomorrow. So I am actually going to be home soon, so I don't know if I'll check in with you guys later. If not, I will definitely check in with you guys tomorrow and let you know how the day goes. I do really miss talking in my classroom and kind of conversing with you guys about that. You know, just being in my space. Like, I feel like we're always in the car these days, and it kind of stinks, but whatever, I digress. But yeah, so I will catch you guys on the flip side. Good morning and happy Friday. Yay, you already know. Funny enough, my shirt kind of matches my earrings with the whole like art splatter or whatever. But it is Friday and I am pumped for Friday. I just went to Starbucks and got me, I normally just drink the iced coffee sweetened with cream. So good. Nothing fancy about me. So, and then I just also got an oatmeal for breakfast. And then for lunch, I think I packed, I'm going to do like a taco, I guess like a taco bowl or something. Maybe like a nacho bowl with, you know, ground beef, whatever. But yeah, so that's going to be my Friday. So today, I think I told you guys yesterday, we are taking our quiz for math. We are taking, we're finishing up our story, The Medicine Bag. We have to do the one piece that I told them they have to do was the written response. So I'm gonna have them work on that part, and then for science we're finishing up the food webs, and then for social studies we're going to be talking about domestication of animals. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out ways to make social studies less boring for my kids, which is crazy, because I remember when I was in high school, I loved history, I loved social studies, but a lot of the kids now just don't care too much for it. And I'm sure it's because of the way that it's presented now, and like the, you know, like social studies is not a priority, you know, and it's like, which I think is kind of a disservice, because I mean, we do need to, you know, I guess know about like the history, but then, you know, I understand the, you know, all the issues with, you know, people saying that like history is tainted, or, you know, that like it's the true story has not been told. And I mean, to be honest, at this point, I'm just like, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of like, digress. But what we're talking about isn't necessarily like the more modern history. This one's talking about like back where like nomads and hunters and gatherers, and that's kind of what we're talking about. So I don't know, but anyway, so that's kind of what I've been trying to like wrap my head around with, trying to figure out how to like make it a little bit more appealing for the kids, because it's like nowadays, like I'll sit there and I'll say something about like, oh, we're gonna do social studies, and then they're just like moaning and groaning, and I'm like, well, when we come into it with that approach, that's what happens. So anyway, so that's gonna be my Friday. I hope it goes by super duper fast, because truth be told, I am like, I don't know, I'm ready for the weekend. My son has a game tomorrow, and I don't know, I mean, the world is my oyster. I can do whatever, I don't know what they want to do this weekend. And since my boyfriend's not here, usually when he's here, it's like we gotta go off of, I don't want to say go off of his schedule, but like he's usually the one that has like plans and makes plans and do all these things. And I normally just kind of like a free spirit. So it's nice that I don't have to sit there and think about, well, what are you doing this weekend? Or what do you want to do this weekend? It's more of a like, if we don't do anything, it's cool. If we do something, it's cool. So, but yeah, so that's about it. I hope your guys' week was great. It's kind of just been like a kind of, in and out kind of week, and just kind of like going through the motions week this week. Hopefully next week it'll be a lot better and not as kind of like all over the place. But so I should be at school in about maybe 12 minutes or so, because it's 7:40 now and the thing says I'll be there at 7:52, so that means I will be there shortly. And this is not my turn. All right, well, I will catch you guys in a little bit. How's it going? So I am headed out of the parking lot, but as you just seen, as I was leaving, my principal was getting taped to the wall of our school, which is very, very interesting. And it's still going on as I'm watching it as I'm leaving, but it's so funny. So so we did this thing, I think it was called like the turkey trot or something or other, and we reached our goal of $18,000. I don't know what, I guess I should know what it entails, but to be honest, I don't know the specifics as far as like what the money is concerned. But I should have went that way. But yeah, so they were taping him up to the wall. So, but today was a pretty good day. It went by pretty fast. I was so excited that my kids did really good on their math quiz. A lot of them did really well in terms of like the adding and subtracting. They still struggled a little bit with the modeling, the real world, like problem solving, word problems. But we had kind of given them like a little guide. We had kind of wrote the formulas on there for them. And so once we did that, they were able to do the math. So that was kind of what was the most important, I think, for me, was that they knew how to add and subtract decimals, and they knew how to convert and all of that. So they remembered all the steps. So I was so proud of them for that. And then we did finish out with our ELA. We did our piece of the medicine bag. I can honestly say I don't think that one went as well as I would have liked, only because I feel like my kids, not necessarily that they struggle with finding evidence. I think it's more so just utilizing the evidence. They're really good at like telling me, like if I ask them, okay, well, why is this? and they're able to tell me, but they don't really have, so I'm like, well, how do you know? And that's kind of where they're just like they know deep down in their soul, they know, but they're just not, you know, utilizing the information that's in front of them, like the, you know, whatever it says in the text or anything like that. So it's just been really frustrating with that. So I don't know, I'm gonna have to figure something out with trying to get them to, you know, pull that evidence. My co-teacher said I'm gonna have to raise up these windows just for a second. My co-teacher said that she utilized, there's another lesson after this one that kind of talks about, it's like a scavenger hunt of like searching for evidence and why evidence makes sense or doesn't make sense. So I'm going to see if I use that to kind of help them with finding evidence and, you know, just using it and what makes sense and what doesn't make sense. And so hopefully that will be a good thing for them to do. So, but yeah, so other than that, you know, Monday me is going to be so grateful for Friday me, because I did everything I needed to do. I made the copies that I needed to make. I got my anchor charts and stuff ready to go for Monday with math. And it seemed like everything just, you know, worked out pretty well. So I was glad I stayed a little bit later than I expected to. But, you know, I'm done with it. I don't have to worry about it all weekend. It's already done. I just kind of have to look a little bit at, like, not so much the plans, but just like kind of just review what I'm going over and things like that. So, and then just some grading that I need to do. But other than that, everything is good as gravy. So I am going to end this vlog here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this week in my life. Just let me know, like, if there's anything specific that you want to see in my classroom. I know lately, like with this place, I've done a lot more talking and just in my car as opposed to, like I said, in my classroom. But I'm trying to do more with just like filming the activities of what the kids are doing. Not necessarily the kids, but just like what they're doing, so you can kind of see. And yeah, we did play that game today, the multiplication and dividing of fractions. So I think that was pretty good too. But yeah, so just let me know in the comments like what you guys like enjoy seeing, if you guys just enjoy hearing about what's going on in my classroom, or what you want to kind of see more of. And yeah, so I'm just gonna end this here. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you guys want to. If you don't, it's cool. Just hopefully, you know, come back from time to time and check on us. So, but yeah, I will catch you guys next week. And don't forget, I think I did share this with you guys, but Magic Mind has really been a game changer for me. And you know, I'm gonna link the product website and the discount code for Magic Mind, so definitely try it out. It's been working wonders for me. Hopefully you guys can take it. And like I said, it's not a regimen that you just take once. You have to kind of be consistent with it, but it does work wonders. It does help you with that focus. And if you're like me, you need that focus, especially with the 10 gazillion things that we're doing in everyday life. So as far as like a teacher mom. So yeah, so but again, definitely check that out and check me out in the next vlog. Come on, good eye, bud. All right, Georgie, be ready. All right, Georgie, be ready, buddy. If it's yours, hit it.